Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Reese and you're at Syndicate again. This time we're looking at grips and my top 5 favorite. Number 5 on my list is the classic ODI long neck grip. Ever since I started riding, this has been the go-to grip. It's not actually a scooter brand, ODI, but they make grips for mountain bikes and BMX bikes and motorbikes, I think, and all those sorts of things. But they've always been available to scooter riders and stores to purchase. They are made in the USA and they have a really nice soft feel. The design is as basic as a grip gets. It's just straight ribs and that's it. It's just got a good compound. It's very soft and they last a while. I've actually heard that ODI make majority of BMX brands grips just because they've got the compound down pat, you know, they know what they're doing, they've had the most experience with grips, so why not let them make your grips? A downside to these grips is the length. They're only 132 mil long, so if you're a younger guy with a smaller hand, these grips will still be great, but for me, and especially with the kind of grips that are around at the moment, they're just a little bit too short, but I still had to put them in my top 5 because they're the classic comfy ODI grips. They come with the nylon ODI bar ends and also a keychain you can cut out here and have an ODI keychain, which is pretty cool. Now, number 4 on my list is the Tilt Topo grips. Here they are. Tilt used a similar design to the topographic map, which is a bunch of lines that show you the heights in relation to sea level, I believe. They're actually made by ODI grips. Unlike them, they're not as soft. They've got a bit more density to them. The flanges aren't as skinny and flimsy, so they've got a compact feel to them. I haven't ridden these grips personally, but I've held onto Regan's scooter and you basically get a really firm feeling. It just makes you feel like you've got real good control of your scooter and that it's going to do what you want. You know, there's not much movement. Because they're a bit harder than a lot of the other grips, I can see them lasting longer, and they measure at 160 mil long, so that's 30 mil longer than the ODI grip. Try some Topo grips from Tilt, really cool. They come in this cool packaging with the Tilt script bar ends. If you want to read the story on the back of the packaging, we can do that. We started as a company in 2009 because nobody made the parts necessary to ride. Over years of testing and perfecting, we've always remained focused on creating and producing high quality components. As a result, we've become a family, traveling as much as possible, sharing good times, and dedicating ourselves to a community that means everything to us. From Tilt. That just says a lot about Tilt and what you're supporting if you're purchasing any of their products. Think about it. Moving on to number 3, we've got the Flavor Awakening V2 grips. So a few months ago, Flavor brought out a second version of their existing Awakening grip, and all they did was make it a whole lot fatter. It went from being one of the slimmest, firmest grips around to one of the fattest and softest now. So if you've ever felt these before, you'll know that they're big and comfortable. They've got the exact same design as the old ones. They're just a lot softer. I think for some people, this grip may be a little bit fat. For me, it feels pretty alright. This grip made my top 5 because it's one of the most comfiest grips there is. A lot of the time, it's not until you wear in grips that they become nice and soft and comfortable. But these, straight out of the packet, onto your scooter, they'll feel worn in, nice and cozy. And yeah, you might not be a fan if you've got a smaller hand. They might be a bit big for a little hand, but for me, they feel great. And yeah, if you want a comfy grip, check out the Flavor V2 Awakenings. Just like the others, Flavor provides 2 nylon bar ends, the Flavor logo on the end. These grips are also 160mm long. So you got a good amount of space for your hand there. So, number 2, we've got Addict's OG grips. OG because they originated in 2008, I think, when Addict was first a thing. So yeah, the design's been around for a while. It's just not until recently they've come back on the market. Just like the flavors, these grips are very soft, straight off the shelf. You can chuck these on, they'll feel like you don't need to really wear them in. They've got a basic rib design, just like an ODI, but it's got a bit more structure to it with these diagonal crisscrossing lines. They're a little bit thicker, and that just gives you a nice grip. Hey Dad.
Alright.
Cool. I'll see you around.
Okay.
I don't know where I was up to, Dad. What was I talking about? Addict grips, number 2. These are the longest grips we have in the store. They're 180mm long, so you've got, you know, very good amount of room. I know some people like putting their hands in certain spots for certain tricks. If you're that kind of guy, you'd probably like these. Yeah, so these are just a good, long, comfortable grip. I've been told these are a lot of people's favorite grips. Consider getting some from Syndicate. We're also the distributor for the Addict parts, so you can hit up your local shops and they can get these in stock at their shop. These come in the black, a gunmetal grey, bloody red, the bottle green, and the gum. There's a few options. Suss them out. Of course, they've got the hard nylon bar end too. Safety first, you know. Now, number 1. Ethic DTC grips. You may notice a similarity between these and the Addict grips. They got the ribs and they got the crisscross design. Fun fact, Kevin, the guy who owns Ethic and designs Ethic, was once upon a time the designer for Addict scootering. So that explains a lot. The OG design was from back in the day when Kevin designed them. And since then, Kevin's parted ways with Addict and created his own brand Ethic, as well as these very comfortable, long-lasting, thick, long, nice grips. And my number 1 favorite, my go-to grip. They're a little bit thicker than the Addict grips and also come a little bit harder, but I know from experience that after a week or so they start getting nice and soft, and then they just last and last and last. Really, they last a long time. That's Ethic. They are 10mm shorter than the Addict grips, so they measure at 170mm, but that's not too short for me. That's a good in between. These are just my favorite grips, and I know I'm not alone on that. I hear a lot of people brag about the Ethic grips. So if you're looking for a good grip, if you don't know what to get, I'd recommend these or any of these, depending what your preferences are. There's a lot here for you. These just come in the black. They got a really nice design at the end where it kind of naturally flanges out. Meets up with the bar end. Hollowed out nylon bar end with heaps of little Ethic logos. It's just so nice. Just really good grip. Those were my 5 favorite grips we have at Syndicate right now. Let me know what your favorite grip is and why. Tell me if I missed any. Consider shopping at syndicatestore.com.au next time you need some grips or any other scooter part. You'll be supporting our family of scooter riders here. We're doing it for the love, but it only works if it goes both ways. Or you can come see us at our shop in Tingalpa, Brisbane, 1/44 Proprietary Street, Tingalpa.